Pam, 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 pam.
Ya hay 57 minutos de grabación. Le va a pasar el link.
Ah, ok. Ya, perdón. La verdad que yo hablé al doctor Yang, le dije, sería una enorme bendición para nosotros si usted pudiera dar unas palabritas. Está con la madre ahí. 5 minutitos. Se pegó una conferencia de aquellas.
No,
Vos le podés mandar.
estuvo bien lo que él habló. No, lo que nada más le informó.
No, estuvo excelente. Como que perfecto. Yo le dije que lo quería invitar a todos los meses. La primera reunión nuestra cada mes, si él podía venir y dar unas palabritas. Ahora voy a tener que estar preparado porque las palabritas son más que 5 minutos. Escúchame, Kay recién se acaba de enterar, así que le voy a mandar el link. Se nota que no anduvo mirando el grupo.
So, Junchin.com, Salvador. El
That's
Salvador.
right.
Strange. Normally is always here.
And one of the reasons I did on Saturdays, he was one of the ones that told me I can because he's working.
Oh, he's working?
Yeah, that's what he told me. June. Eliezer, ¿estás ahí todavía?
Yo, sí, señora, aquí estoy.
¿No me podía hacer el favor de a ver si lo puedes conectar a él?
Ok, momento.
Si se puede unir a la
Yo
reunión.
creo que él está en Corea, yo pienso.
Ah,
Porque yo escuché, ellos va a visitar Corea para una vacación tiempo, no sé, ellos regresaron, no sé.
pero yo hablé con él cuando empecé a averiguar los horarios, qué es mejor horario para ustedes, todos los líderes. Cuando hablé con él me dijo, el sábado es mejor porque yo trabajo, así me dijo. Pero no importa.
No, pero dice que está en Corea, dice el señor de Cuba.
Que cree que está en Corea, sí. Bueno, ¿estamos todos o...? Sí, casi
Contesta
todos.
el teléfono.
Ok, mami. Parte 2. My wife is asking, already 10 minutes?
Sí.
Okay, so understanding our situation, I will continue in English. Even though, of course, I prefer Spanish. Mi idioma natural. Okay, so yeah, it was a great blessing to have Dr. Young. On the other hand, I'm sorry because again, every time I invite you to a sharing, gathering, meeting, it's 1 hour maximum. And so the hour already passed and we couldn't share anything yet. So I'm sorry about today's a bit longer, but thank you so much. We appreciate your time. I appreciate that you've been there. with so many challenges and difficulties in many aspects in your lives, I'm very sure. And it's a great joy to Heavenly Parent and true parents, our ancestors, patriots of our nations, that you're there with that kind of heart. So I'm going to share a PowerPoint. Probably it will go a little bit longer because it's the first time, but usually I don't talk much. It's more about sharing. Also, the meetings don't last more than 1 hour because I don't invite everybody to report. We'll talk about that later at the end. Reports are sent during the week. We can all read them, so we don't need to spend time with the reports from every nation, because then the whole meeting will go by. Now, if there's special breakthrough, something that we all need to understand and learn, then we will share that. Okay, so I'm going here, share my screen. I cannot share my screen. Here's my screen. All right. So where is the slideshow? Why is not showing the slideshow? Ahí estamos. All right. Actually, in Spanish, this became like a nice verse. Una verdadera revolución del corazón para lograr la paz duradera en nuestra región. Has rhyme. Right? So a true revolution of heart to find or achieve lasting peace in our region, our dear region. Okay, so for those of you who didn't see this, our family, actually Ricky in the middle, he was blessed to Sungyo, who's from the Dominican Republic. That's them. And okay, I got this inspiration right this morning, thinking of our meeting and all of us and our identity, because beyond UPF, we are God's children, true parents' children. We are brothers and sisters. We are family. True Mother even lately call it a holy communion, holy community, Hanul Pumonim, right? The holy community, Heavenly Parents, holy community. So this is who we are. And the purpose of our lives is to give joy to God according to divine principle. So that means everything that true parents did, established, founded, has that purpose, including UPF. And again, yeah, today we are the chairman. A few weeks ago, I was not the chairman, but I was your brother. And I will be your brother. And you are my brothers and sisters. And maybe in a month, I will not be the chairman. Who knows? But that's precious. And the joy that we give is when God sees himself, herself in our lives, in our relationship with God, but also in our relationship with one another. So it's important that we as UPF leaders reflect that true love in our relationship. It's key. And so true parents, the founding parents of UPF, established UPF with that purpose. We want to give joy to God, to Hanul Kumonim. And this happened, we recall a little bit, September 12, 2005, Lincoln Sultan, New York City. I was there. And I want to share this again because I heard throughout these years, now is 2023, 2005. So we're talking about 18 years. And sometimes there is a different understanding or interpretation what UPF really is. So when we ask ourselves, what is the purpose of human life? We say, we don't ask this priest, we don't ask this rabbi or that imam, we ask God. So Genesis 1:28 expresses the purpose of human life, the creator. So here's the same thing. So the creators of UPF are stating what is the purpose. So we need to have that clear. So basically, there are 2 points. And here, True Father is saying, I ask you to devote your best efforts for the development and success of UPF. It represents, look, God's victory, the fruit of true parents' blood, sweat, and tears. That's how precious UPF is. So this is a mission. This is who we are. And basically has 2 aspects. One is to renew the existing United Nations. And we do this through our UPF Office of UN Relations. So we visit the diplomats, we visit the Secretariat, we visit the NGO community. Those are the 3 pillars of United Nations system. And then we work for that renewal that True Parents even spoke, August 18th, the year 2000. Right? At the same time, we are called as UPF, Father saying, new level of leadership. The current leadership that we have in the world will not lead to a lasting peace or to the kingdom of heaven or the Chonilgut. It will not. Even United Nations, founded in 1945, best brains, best experts to prevent conflict, to solve conflict. 5 years after the United Nations was founded is the Korean War, and then the Vietnam War and the Balkans War. So Father's very clearly saying we need true leadership. And then in his own words, it's saying the efforts for peace are offered to heaven. It's a God-centered leadership. If we don't have God-centered leadership, it will not last. We will not have peace. Even if we sign many accords, many negotiations, it's on sand, it's not on rock. God is not the center, not religion, God, the creator, the founder, the source of lasting peace, right? So it's important for us to clarify this is a work in progress, okay? And I want everybody to be part of this. We are owners, we're co-creators. This is something I just put here based on what we share with my wife and my own experience since the founding of UPF. I've been there before and all my missions with UPF, right? So based on True Parents' statement, this is who we are, what we're doing. We're providing a God-centered leadership. Leaders that eventually will live for the sake of others.
Right.
Whether you are in IAPP, you are in APD, ISCP, IMAP, any place that you're a leader, you must have that principle center in your heart. You must have that heart of living for the sake of the people that you're serving as a leader. And we do this through seminars, fora, symposia, summits, etc. Right? We can talk about this, we can upgrade. So what is our vision as UPF Central America and the Caribbean? In other words, what is the outcome? Once we do this, then we have a Central America and the Caribbean region where all people live in peace, love, and joy or happiness. Right? Just kind of our vision. That's our end goal in mind. And what are our values? This is taken from the website. You can check UPF website. We're one family created by God. The highest achievement of mankind are rooted in spiritual and moral development. Family school of love and peace. Peace comes through dialogue, cooperation, and principled action. Service to others is the foundation of a good society. This is right now what is there. We can talk. We can upgrade in another session. Please mute your microphones so we don't hear interesting sounds in the back. And then as soon as I was appointed, I asked Dr. Young, Dr. Young, you are with True Mother all the time. He just said, every Tuesday, every Friday, I am with True Mother. So I asked Dr. Young, you know very well this region. This is your baby, your child, right? You are with True Mother. What would you want to report to True Mother that would inspire her, give her hope, joy from our region? And this is what he said. Develop, he talked about 6 associations, but there are 8. And because, you know, ISCP, the first ladies has come with the current and former heads of state, but officially, if you look at the website, we have 8 associations. and establish these 8 associations in each country. That's what he told me. So that's kind of our goal. And I think it's important that we can feel, yes, I am Mexico. Yes, I'm Barbados. Yes, I am Dominican Republic. And it's true. And you shedding your sweat, blood, and tears representing UPF in that country. But at the same time, True Mother established this region. So we must think both, as the principle says, purpose of the self, that's my nation. The interest of my nation, the goals of my nation, the objectives of my nation, the activities, but at the same time, the purpose of the whole, which is the region. So we have been called and chosen by God. Sometimes we may think, why me? I like this, I like this, I like this. Okay, but in God's eyes, we are the best person at this time. And it's mainly because of our hearts. Whenever we have some time, I will share with you a testimony about that. The main thing that God looks when he or she picks up a leader is the heart, the shimjong, the ability to love and serve the brothers and sisters, the people that we'll be working with. So let's think both and let's have the heart. One of the things that True Father said, the UN was not successful is because everybody comes to the UN thinking what they can take from the world for their own nations. In a way, it's legitimate. If I am the ambassador of Argentina to the UN, I'm representing Argentina, and I'm thinking of Argentina's interest. But Father said it should be the other way around. What Argentina can give to the world. That's why I'm coming to the UN. And then the principle is give and receive. Eventually, the world will serve, will support, will help the country. So over here is like the same thing. Let's have our identity both working for my nation and at the same time supporting the region. So these are the 8 associations we are familiar with. I have this in Spanish so we can practice both. We also have French in Haiti. So each one is focusing on one particular area of leadership, right? Heads of states, first ladies, parliamentarians, religious leaders, media, academicians, business, and arts and culture. Now, another thing I want to share with you that you know, but sometimes I hear things that makes me wonder how much we are proud of UPF, really proud. Amazing organization, even though in our countries maybe it's still weak or we having incredible challenges or nobody knows about UPF. At the world level, this is Ban Ki-moon, as you know, this is 2008. He was the Secretary General, not former. He was the Secretary General. This is his office. And this is the #1 diplomat in the world. He's thinking about world peace day and night. And he saw the work of UPF, true parents, incredible work for peace. And we were invited to his office. Do you think the Secretary General of the United Nations invite anybody to his office? No, we don't even invite anybody to our home either. So this is a powerful testimony, the greatness of a UPF, right? And this could be like the diplomat or the political side. But look at the religious side. This is the Pope, right? The Pope is inviting UPF to his office. The #1 religious leader in terms of one person having 1 billion followers, the Catholic Church. That's Dr. Walsh, right? The former chairman. And behind it is Dr. Hamad, the vice president. Sorry, I'm in a family here. And the reason, I don't know if you know the story, and the other day Remy was telling me about this. How do we work with the Catholic Church? It's so important and so influential and so crucial in our own countries, right? So we need to set up a very clear strategy. But the Pope asked the Chancellor of the Pontifical Academy of Sciences, which NGO in the world has a track record of successful interfaith work, especially in the Middle East. So the Vatican looked the whole world, organizations, NGOs, the whole world. And they chose two. One is UPF. Right? So this is how powerful, how great UPF is. Let's give True Parents a big hand for funding UPF. So how am I doing with time? When I reach 30 minutes, can somebody tell me, please? I'm sorry. I hope it's going to be less than 30 minutes. But sometimes I get over-inspired. So Dr. Yang is saying, develop the associations and establish them in each country. So I want to share with you what I feel, and then we're going to share. On the one hand, I see we have high-level contacts, a very incredible victory, a breakthrough with VVIPs, right, at the highest level. Even this one is an amazing breakthrough. You know, the University of Peace at the United Nations, right? We have this former schizophrenic, even Jimmy Morales, as you know, he was the current president of Guatemala when he spoke in Santiago, as far as I know. Yet our reality in our countries, this is in the United States, they call it State of the Union, right? So this is like the state of our region. And if there's something that is not accurate, please let me know. But this is basically the information I received from you. We have 21 nations, 8 in the Central America, 13 in the Caribbean. Now, UPF representatives, we have in 15 nations, 8 in Central America and 7 in the Caribbean. So there are 6 nations we don't have UPF per se yet. Then we have what I call UPF representatives or leaders with many hats. For example, Toribio is the national leader, the president of the Family Federation of Panama, but at the same time, he is the leader of UPF and others as well. And some of you, you are the president, you are the national leader, Family Federation, you are the UPF leader, and you are a regional coordinator. Right? So it's quite challenging. Ideally, there are 3 different individuals having that responsibility. So that's why I want to ask you, and you don't have to do it right now after we finish, but I think it's important that in your country, you have a coffee, your tea, your mate cocido, and do a SWOT analysis. Where are the strengths right now? Okay, another thing. I have the title of chairman, but never feel from me any judgment. Well, I'm going to, oh, how good are you doing? How bad? How to forget it. I love you. I appreciate to my bones that you're there. I'm your brother. We're all together here. We're supporting one another. So I don't mind. There is 0, 0, -10. This is my reality right now. I don't have anybody helping me. I'm working full time. I don't have money, no budget. I'm sorry. Our situation in this country right now is 0. That's fine. But it's important for me to really see what's going on, the strength, the weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that you feel you have. And then we will have one-on-one. We can talk and see how we can, wherever you are right now in your country, that we can grow and we can develop. I'm totally confident about that. And also we need to clarify goals and objectives. Dr. Yang was very clear in terms of develop the associations and establish, but we need to be more specific, especially connected to Vision 2025. So I'm also asking you, think about your goals and your objectives. At the end of the year, December 31st, 2023, what do you want to offer to heaven? What would you love to say to True Mother that happened in your country with UPF? And then we can sit down and we'll review. And then based on that, then we will have also our regional goals and objectives. I don't like to receive directions. I'm a very rebellious person. I come from a Marxist background. I was going to join the guerrilla in El Salvador. So it's just something in my skin. I don't like when people tell me what to do. I like first, if they ask me, what do you think? And of course, I receive directions and I follow them. but we all grown up here, and you have been shedding sweat, blood, and tears in your countries. I haven't. So I love when we are co-workers, not the Lord servant or leader follower. We're co-workers. We are co-owners. We have total ownership on our dreams and our visions, right? So think about that. Now, this is my experience. We need basically 3 resources to achieve our goals and objectives, right? One is our spiritual resources. Actually, if you remember, Father used to say, in order to get victory in witnessing or achieving goals and objectives, what is the percentage of the spirit world? Who remembers? Okay. Are you there? Anybody there? Are we together? Yeah, right? Hello?
Yes, we are here.
Okay,
Yes,
here.
we're here, we're following.
Merci.
We're here. We're listening.
We are enchanted.
Yes, we are here. I had to unmute to answer.
All right, thank you, Sister Kay. Wonderful to hear you. So this is my experience. We need spiritual resources, spiritual power, spirit world, our ancestors, the patriots of our 21 nations, right? True Father and all the army to be with us, to open all the doors, to meet all the John the Baptist that will open even the higher doors, right? So that's why my wife and I share with you to start our first Johnson condition. July 1st, August 9th, we pray 7 minutes. It's not a huge, it's not 40 minutes, it's not a prayer vigil, but we pray every single day. We got those 7 points we can discuss, right? We need human resources and we need financial resources, right? So we have challenges in those two. Most of you don't have a team or a staff that is supporting you in your mission. Most of you are by yourself. So we need to think about this. We need to expand this. We can brainstorm and share. And same with financial resources. When I asked what is the balance in our bank account, UPF, Central America and the Caribbean, 21 nations, what was the answer? How many millions of dollars we have?
Zero.
How many
Zero.
thousands? Okay.
Zero.
How many hundreds? We have 0. Okay, and we know that we need, even we have a small luncheon meeting with Ambassador for Peace, even we want to have one-on-one meeting, a lunch or a coffee, we need the money. So we are in a challenging situation right now, but I'm totally confident. I am totally confident that millions of dollars are prepared. I'm sure. You know why? Because that's what God needs. That's what God wants. And right now, I've been thinking about how we can, of course, we still have a hope. I talked with Dr. Young. Dr. Young, he's doing his very best so we can receive funding, and it's great. At the same time, this comes from True Mother, like True Father, of course. Those who have kids, we want to give everything to our kids. But at the same time, when we think about, okay, when we are 3, 4, 5, we receive everything from our parents. But if we are 50 or 60 years old, it's kind of the other way around. Dad, Mom, please relax. I'm going to take care of you. So let's pray, let's think, let's strategize. So eventually we can get those millions of dollars that we can even send to True Mother. Mother, please use these funds to support other projects around the world. I'm totally confident. And I'm saying this seriously. I think if we package, look, Ban Ki-moon, the Pope, that's how great we are. But I think we haven't been able to present UPF in a way that the Warren Buffetts, the Elon Musk, the Bill Gates, the Jeff Bezos, the George Soros, they can say, yes, what you're doing, here's my $1 million, or here's my $10 million. And I want to work on that. And I want to ask your help. If anyone here in this group wants to meet with my wife and I and start thinking of ways of presenting this and other ways to start getting funds, please just send me a text to my WhatsApp. I want to create at least a trinity that we pray and we start thinking of ways that because the millions of dollars are there. And we just need to find a way to get them. That's number one. Number two, I think we need to make a condition of giving first in order to receive, right? The principle is God empty himself, herself completely for the creation of the world. So I think we should give, as UPF leaders, we should give every month something, even if it's $1, as a condition. Now, the number that came to me was $100, right? $100 that every UPF chapter donates to the region, right? Actually, I'm committed. I haven't talked to my wife yet, so I hope she's not going to divorce me. $200. I'm going to give $200 as a condition to create that magnet, that vacuum, so thousands and millions will come. So try to give 100. If you cannot give 100, give $1. Just save it for now. We're going to see where we're going to have our bank account. And I promise you, some of you know me a little bit, some of you don't know me at all. But I promise you, for every penny that comes into our account is going to be total transparency and accountability, right? One of the things that are important for donors is that there is transparency. So every month, we're going to have a financial report. This is the money that came in. This is the money, how it was used, right? And if there are any questions, no problem. I will listen to you with respect. Anything is welcome, right? But when we give that kind of report, I'm giving you my experience. When I was the president of UPF USA, Dr. Ki-Hun Kim, he was the chairman. He said in the meeting, True Mother is asking all providential organizations to be self-sufficient financially. UPF, Women's Federation, CARP, ACLC, Family Federation, you name it. So Dr. Ki-Hun Kim said, from now on, I'm going to start cutting the budget every month. And I go, oh my gosh. So what can we do? So in our website, I don't know if let me see if I can do this. Because I have it here. Where is the website? Is this a website? This is a website. Okay. So can you see that website or not yet?
Cannot see.
No?
Not yet.
Okay. How can I, stop share. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. I think this is important because this is my own experience that it was successful experience. And I think we can do it in our region as well. It's the same principle. ¿Dónde está esto? I cannot find it. I'm sorry, give me 1 second. I'm not the best one with technology, you can tell. Okay, here we go. Why I don't see the UPF website here? Oh, it's here, I'm sorry. Okay, do you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Fifth page.
So, okay. So I made this. This is the UPF USA website, right? And as you can see here, I put this. This was not there. When Dr. Ki-Hun Kim told me every month you're going to have less money. Okay, one of the inspirations I received. So people here, do you see that? Donate. Did the page open up for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see here 10, 30, 50, 100. I need someone to answer me because I don't see.
Yes, we see it.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
we can see it.
All right. So believe it or not, I had people giving $100 a month from zero. And one time, one brother who has a business in Ohio, he came to me and says, wow, I'm so inspired what you're doing with UPF. I'm going to give you $18,000, $3,000 a month for 6 months. $18,000, just like that, right? So we don't even have a website yet. We need to have a website. And I know I have some brothers and sisters that will gladly donate. And then what is important? Okay, this is the money that you gave. This is how we used it. And then they reinforce their confidence, their trust. Wow, this is great. So I'm not going to give you 1,000 this month. I'm going to give you 10,000. Okay, so this is one aspect that I'm sure is going to happen. And then, but we need to package so we can go and visit these millionaires in our countries. And we present UPF in a way that they say, yes, this is my check. Okay? All right. How many minutes? ¿Alguien está controlando mis minutos? Okay. So that's what we do. All right. This I shared with you before in the first time that when we had the inauguration. I don't want to take so much time, but I think this is important. And Gary was asking about what is our content to educate and even our own training. So we're going to have Department of Peace Education. I asked Cesar Regalado, one of our great educators, to help in this, in coordinating. So if you have all of us here are educators, Divine Principle teachers and Causa material teachers, True Family Values. But if you have a special call for education, also please let me know, because then we can get together, at least a Trinity, with Cesar, and then we start developing content. Especially we have different audiences. So we're talking about this peace education for journalists is different for political leaders or religious leaders. The essence is the same. So the same for the website, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, etc. If you know any, especially second gen, that will be inspired to help us. I already contacted the upf.org website, the webmaster. If you look at UPF Europe, Middle East, they did exactly the same. So we can have soon. Dr. Yang is working on a very professional website. He told me it may take about 6 months. Another area that I think is important is not our core, but is humanitarian aid. You know, sometimes we have disasters, hurricanes, we have floods, and it's good that eventually, with the heart of a parent, we're ready to help there. Sometimes would be a financial support, sometimes could be in goods. Same with our finance office. So we prepare a monthly report. Also, the Ambassador for Peace committees. I think Dr. Yang mentioned a little bit, but I don't know in your countries yet. I didn't have the time, unfortunately. I have to work, so but I want to see, like in the US, we had the Ambassador for Peace committee. We invite the Ambassador for Peace to establish a committee. We meet once a month. They give their advice. They take ownership. They're not just guests. They receive a nice certificate and bye-bye, see you next meeting. No. You are an ambassador for peace. You have been called by God to work for peace, right? So what can we do? And I asked them, at that time, we didn't have the CISA associations or the 8 associations. We have the areas like interfaith peace building, the family and marriage and family, youth and service, peace and security, right? So I was asking the ambassador for peace, once they were appointed, which area you want to contribute. So I think we need to do the same thing. We're not pushing anybody. It's an invitation. We're developing our UPF or our IMAP or our IAPP We want you to be part of this. You have an incredible experience and wisdom. We want to learn from you. We want your advice. Would you like to be part of our committee? And some may say, oh, sure, what an honor. Or some they say, no, I'm sorry, I'm too busy. But then we have them in action. And it's good for them. We know the principle. Vitality elements comes after the good actions. The same with the peace circles. Peace circles is something that I got sick here in America. I couldn't substantially do it. I had to step down. But it's like creating with the Ambassador for Peace, like a Upf Ca content for Ambassador for Peace, like the peace, the 15th peace speeches by true parents, right? So we can have, for example, with the Zoom now, we can even have at least once a month, if not once a week. Then there is a reading about being true ambassadors for peace based on true parents' words. We can add also other great leaders in the world. We have quotes from other prestigious leaders as well. And the same with the peace councils. The peace council is a great vision that true parents had that they made it at the UN, remember? So we have the General Assembly, but also we talk about the interfaith council or the interreligious council at the UN. In our case would be to establishing it. If we don't have it yet, I'm sorry, maybe you have it already. But eventually we have a peace council at the national level that is respected by all authorities, but all the leaders in our society, as well as the people in general. And ideally we have it in every level. So we have it at the national level, we have it at the state or province, you have it at the city level. It's a project, of course, we're far away from that. And then the advisory committee. I don't know in our UPF, Central America and the Caribbean, the UPF International, you have on the side of the letterhead, you have VVIPs that are part of they call it the Global Peace Council. In the US, we have the advisory committee. And then our own General Assembly that we invite also our brothers and sisters. Remember when we had the inauguration, I asked if you are interested in supporting one of the, even prayer. Maybe you don't have time, but you can pray, choose. Okay, it wasn't that successful, but 5 of them wrote to me and they say, yeah, I would like to support in this area. So in that sense, 500% increase. And I think there are brothers and sisters there that if they know the value of UPF, at least they would like to support in prayer, right? So we have a Trinity praying for each one of the associations, and some may have half a day a week, right? So imagine if you, as the head of UPF, have 2 or 3 brothers and sisters helping somehow. It is always a plus. And so I think we can go for this. I feel with the full support. I always check with my second Messiah. Okay. La cosa está hecha. And I understand we're not there yet, but if we have 8 associations and everybody takes, let's say, like 2 months to prepare a webinar, then actually every week we can send to Dr. Young, please tell True Mother that this is what we're doing. Mother, please feel hope. Don't worry about Central America and the Caribbean. We are on the move. And we used to have, you know, UPF in the United States went through a process of abandonment. When Ingenim was the leader here in America, she focused on the Loving Life Ministries, probably you remember. So the other organizations were not taken care of in a way, right? So when I started, only 6 states within the 50 states. And so there was not so much to report. But then as things developed, thank God, in 1 week, we had more than 1 event to report, right? So I feel the same way. Right now, of course, we're not ready, but eventually the same week, we'll have a webinar in Mexico, a webinar in Costa Rica, a webinar in Barbados, et cetera, et cetera. It's going to grow. As Ambassador for Peace take ownership, they contribute, they invite their colleagues, even their family, this will grow. So what we used to have was a monthly, in some states were breakfast, some states were lunch, some states were dinner. Right? Again, I know we're not there yet, but you can start thinking of once a month, we get together the ambassador for peace. They pay for the plate. It's not free, right? So the plate is, I don't know, $30, $40. In some places, we had like a peace embassy, so we didn't have to go for a hotel. And then it was a very nice program, 90 minutes, 1 or 2 speakers. The UPF representative gave an update of what's going on with UPF. Same with the Leadership Center. We had a great experience in the Dominican Republic this month. I will share a couple of slides. So we can start thinking of this, the assemblies. We can have our own regional assemblies, not at the world level in Korea. So, for example, every April and October, we can have in our region once a year. This is like the end of the year. We did it here in America. So we invited Ambassador for Peace. Actually, it was called Ambassador for Peace Banquet. Again, nice hotel, and they had to pay. They paid for the plate, right? Same with the Peace Road. Something I strongly feel about the Peace Road, and Dr. Young just shared a little bit. I really believe has to be a national event. If we present this, Mr. President, Mr. Prime Minister, Madam President, Madam Prime Minister, this is a project that will bring peace to your country. And it could be a national day of interest, right? Declarado Día de Interés Nacional. Or in the UN, we work with UPF. So the UN can pass a resolution declaring the first week of February Interfaith Harmony Week. We work there. So the UN has this resolution. It's 1 week. So maybe we can have, because it's, you know, Peace Road and there are many activities, maybe we can think of talking to the head of state. We have 1 week, so they declare, I don't know, that could be, for example, during the week of the International Day of Peace, September 21st, International Day of Peace, okay, September 21st, but maybe we can declare that week is Peace Road Week, and in the middle, we celebrate the International Day of Peace with the UN, something like that. But I think we have to present this in a way that the government will fully support. And also I think we can have our own summits, right? Maybe every second year. And I think it's possible that we can bring current and former heads of states. I strongly feel about the first ladies. This is my first lady. You know, one day I had this vision that all the first ladies in the Caribbean as daughters inviting True Mother. True Mother, we need you. You are the true mother. We want also to be true mothers in our countries. You know, first ladies usually taking care of the kids, of poverty and the social action, right? And then, of course, to celebrate the UN days, right? And this is the example that I think was very, very good. And this is Dr. Aquino. She's a presidential candidate, Dominican Republic next year. She attended the summit right now in May, as you can see, very well taken care of. Dr. Yang and Eliezer over there. And then we had Reverend Leonidas and Bernardo Cruz as well. And she met True Mother right there. She had a direct experience with True Mother. And when she came back, she said, I want to educate my people with UPF values and principles. So we had this 2-day seminar. These are the contents. I can share this PowerPoint with you so I don't take more of your time. But it was very powerful. And Dr. Yang was very clear. We're not here to convert. We're not Family Federation that we are preaching and teaching and throwing the divine principle on people's heads, proclaiming true parents and the only begotten daughter. but at the same time, they are brothers and sisters. In our hearts, we want them to know the time we're living in. That's why Dr. Young gave the example of Archbishop Stallings, right? I didn't go to Archbishop Stallings and say, "Oh, the Messiah is here, the second coming, and true parents." And no. It was a process, but eventually he felt something special and unique. And he's one of the best leaders giving testimony about the principle, true parents and the blessing. So this is Dr. Aquino, and we were, these are a core group that attended. As far as I recall, there were 26 of them. Some of them, if she's elected, they could be cabinet members, senators. So we did this first part was 100% the content, Universal Peace Foundation, Principles of Peace, but also the blessing was introduced, not in a religious way, not in a way that is promoting a particular doctrine or a particular theology, as an instrument of peace, right? And it was great. And there were 7 couples that received the blessing happily, to the point that Dr. Aquino, who is a Protestant and evangelical, she said at the end, this is just the first seminar of many we're going to have. We're going to educate the entire Central Committee of a party, and we're going to continue multiplying the blessing of Father and Mother Moon. So she was so inspired, including the blessing. I urge the members who received the blessing to honor the commitment they had made before God, maintain fidelity, not use violence, maintain unity as husband and wife, becoming multipliers of this blessing. So I was very shocked because at the beginning, I don't know how, when I found out about this, I'm going to stop this for a second and then we go to announcements and that's it. At the beginning, I was wondering, when I saw the program, they're going to introduce the blessing, what's going to happen here? How they're going to take it? Because if people feel, oh, you're going to convert me, you're going to change my religion, they may be off. But it was amazing experience. And she encouraged everybody. And then she told me, we want you back here, come back. We want to educate 160 of our leaders. And that's probably going to happen next month. We'll discuss later. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I have here some final announcements. Was that long? I'm sorry. It was the first time, that's right. Okay, so we are still here in the spiritual resources. We go down here. Where are we? Here. Okay, so some minor announcements. As you know, our brother Eliezer has been doing 1,000 things at the same time, serving as Secretary General of Family Federation for World Peace Unification in 21 countries, assisting day and night Reverend Sansa Kim, at the same time Secretary General of UPF 21 countries, assisting Dr. Yang, taking care of our Hundo K, taking care of our webinars. So before he dies, I tried to liberate him. So we're going to have from August, going to liberate Eliezer from that aspect of the Secretary General. He's still part of our team. He's a champion. We love him. We admire him. And he's still the regional coordinator, which is not small, of IAPP, and also will be helping me with the International Summit Council for Peace, which is the follow-up with the current and former heads of states, right? We have President Carmona, we have President Morales, we have Vice President Narrala, current Vice President, former President Oscar Arias, and others that I may not remember. So this is very key. So we thank, still with us, but I want to liberate him from his shoulders. Let's give Eliezer a big hand. I don't know if we want to have a formal ceremony. I don't think so, but we have. That's fine. Reportes or reports. So far, we're going to see. We give the welcome to Mario Salinas. He'll be taking that baton. Mi querido hermano Mario, nuestro querido hermano Mario, will be but we still, this is going to happen from August. So anything that is happening that you want to report today, just send it to me. That's my email address. And then the Peace Road. The Peace Road, as you know, there was a memo that came from Dr. Young to do the Peace Road before August 20th. So do your very best. I know there are challenges, big challenges, but even if it's something symbolic, that you get some of your neighbors to ride a bicycle in the name of peace, let's do it. Let's inspire True Mother somehow, and let's begin working right now in September, preparing for a Peace Road next year, 2024. Okay? So I'm very sorry that this went crazily long. As I said, it's only 1 hour when we have our gatherings together, which came up. This was the very first time I had to share. Mommy, you want to say something too? ¿Decís algo? Okay, you can speak Spanish, no problem. But I want to get together on a regular basis. And I want to see, okay, we're going to finish here. We thank our true parents. La verdadera revolución del corazón para lograr la paz duradera en nuestra querida región. Amén. Ayú. So the way we will work our meetings, it's 1 hour. We begin with prayer, we finish with prayer. And then if anyone wants to stay longer, we stay longer, no problem. But I want to know it's only 1 hour in your week. And I want to have a regular sharing. So it seems like, looking at all of you, that Saturday, 8 a.m. Costa Rica, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States works. Is that okay? Or was just an exception? It's okay. All right. I know you're very busy. I know you have a lot of things to do, but I'm asking only 1 hour a week. And trust me, it's 1 hour. Right? And we get the energy. We have coffee, tea. I appreciate Reverend Sambo King with his tie. You don't need to bring your tie. It's very hot in Miami or in Cuba. Bring your tea. Please feel free to invite your spouse. I don't know about you, but when I'm by myself, at the best, I'm 100% of God's masculine side. At best, okay? But when I don't say she's very good balance with her, then this is power. This is power, right? So if you want, please feel free to invite your spouse. Also, if you have someone there that is helping you, your assistant, your future Secretary General, your future President, also is welcome to be here. So let's try like this. Saturdays, of course, something may happen and we may not meet. So Saturday, same time, 8 a.m. Costa Rica time, we get together. And I just want to open for any questions that you may have. But I have one more here. I share this, okay. So this is our terms and condition. Okay, we made this. I didn't make this, okay? It's somebody else. I made this, but I'm not good. So these are praying 7 minutes every day. It's we want to have this ongoing. This is every 40 days. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. This goes too fast. So we finish August 9th. August 10th, we're going to begin our second 40-day chance of condition. These are 7 points that came to us. We can talk about this. We can upgrade it. We can say that these are kind of the main points that we're praying for. And I want to remind you about that. And then one idea that I had, of course, is much more powerful when we pray together. So we're thinking, like right after the Hundo King in the morning, whoever is there, we can pray those 7 minutes. We don't have to decide right now, but at least every Saturday we get together, we can pray the 7 minutes. Okay, any questions, any comments? And let me do something first. Let's offer this meeting. We close officially. If anybody needs to go, this is already crazy 2 hours. I'm so sorry. It will never happen again, I promise. But let's close. Someone would like to offer a prayer. The first one was in Spanish. So someone would like to offer a prayer in English. Any volunteer? A sister? No sister in English? Oh, even Korean. Mrs. Sambogin. Even better. Could you offer a prayer, please? And we officially offer a meeting.
Hey, please join me prayer.
No, your wife.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, in
Oh,
Korea?
oh. That's why I said Mrs. Sambogin. Thank
Okay,
you.
Please join me prayer. Dear Heavenly Parents and True Parents, 하늘 부모님, 천지인 참 부모님, 감사 또 감사드리옵나이다. Today is 29 July 2023, and we finishing this month of July, but we are initiating new determination of our activity, UPF, in Central and Caribbean nations, 21 nations. We know how much true parents have dedicated so much tears and blood and shed. And we don't know how much true parents love our nations, especially Caribbean and so all the Latin American nations. Now time for us to work for our true parents to give them back their love. And now we should be the mature sons and daughters in front of our true father and our true mother, true father in heaven and true mother on earth. We are having incredible blessing to meet, to know the truth from our true parents. So 감사합니다, 하늘 부모님, 천지인 참 부모님. Thank you for Heavenly Parents and True Parents for this initiative meeting of UPF in Central and Caribbean nation. And now we have a great determination and great courage to break through all the obstacles and all the difficulties in front of us, working together as a team and as a co-workers, as a brothers and sisters under Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Thank you for our President, Dr. Ricardo de Sena, beautiful couple, and all the here Central Caribbean nations, all the leaders from Federation and UPF and all the different organizations of Heavenly Parents. We know that we can do it with the grace and with the power of true parents. We can do everything. We believe that. We are continue working for that. Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful meeting today. And we open up new months of August and we can achieve our goals and activity in our continent with our community in Central and Caribbean, 21 nations. Thank you so much for everything, for your guidance and for your blessing, your spirit pouring us today, and we want to keep it continuously. Thank you for everything. And I pray all of these things in the name of Sang-Bo Kim and Yeonhee Kim, Central Blessed Family.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
All right, thank you so much. Dame una cosita, por favor. No, esto no es una cosita, porque esto se me pega nada. Again, I know there are many challenges, incredible victories so far. All the things that have been accomplished are amazing, but I feel it's a new age that even greater things will come. This is a beautiful team, beautiful hearts. You're all smart. You're great. And I feel I'm sweating. I'm too excited. I'm in the Caribbean, that's what. And again, I'm your brother, so anything, let's do this together, put our hearts together. And especially, I sent a report about the seminar in Dominican Republic. And I think I shared in the group that Yonanim said, True Mother was so happy to listen to your report, you know?
Good.
I'm sorry about that. That made me cry. I was just thinking, you know, we have that possibility directly to comfort our true mother, that she's suffering so much, and we have that opportunity. So, you know, whatever we're doing, because Dr. Yang is there, then we can inspire our true mother. And I think great things will happen. Okay, this is officially closed. I'm so sorry again. We went 2 hours. It will not happen again. But anybody wants to stay, I'm sure you want to stay another hour. So no problem. Can stay if you have any questions. Especially Eliezer, you need to go. I'm so sorry. You told me you had to go to another meeting. Please go ahead. Any comments, any questions?
The problem is I'm in my computer. I need to close the Zoom. The next meeting.
So you cannot go and the meeting can continue?
No, because I asked the host is you use just one meeting for one account.
Okay.
Okay, Ricardo, can you please make available the slides of your presentation in order for us to be present all the time? We can check and go back to see, to focus in our plans and our goals and everything.
Okay.
Just the slides, not the text. The slides we can guess whatever we remember and to be focused.
Okay. Anyone else? Any comments? Any questions?
I have one request. One of the points we're praying for all the leadership team. If you could give us a list of all the names and countries, then we can pray for everyone. That'll bring us all close together.
Oh, you don't have that Excel file?
I don't know. I haven't seen one.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Eliezer, could you please send that? There's an Excel file. Maybe we need to update a little bit, but
Okay.
yeah, we'll send it to the WhatsApp group. Yeah.
Okay, great. I
Yeah.
will. Okay.
Okay.
So sorry because people are waiting for me for another meeting.
Okay. All right. So we'll be in touch in the week. You can reach me anytime, any moment, 24/7.
So we don't take the official picture?
And what?
Already, I took it. Okay, I will send
Okay.
you soon.
All right. Thank you. Gracias, Eliezer. Perdón, se hizo muy largo.
No pasa
Gracias, Mario.
nada.
Okay, let's be in touch.
Gracias.
Dios los bendiga mucho. God bless you. Kamsahamnida.
Gracias.